Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Estelle, and we're the
Sibs.
Sibs. So we haven't done this in a long time because we've been pretty busy over in quarantine. So we're gonna get started back up again. Please expect more of this content, daily devos and sharings from Sibs. And yeah, let's get right to it.
Okay, so the verse of the day is...
The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. Proverbs 14:27.
The chapters that we read today was all of Ruth, John 4:43-54, Psalms 105:16-38, Proverbs 14:26-27.
Yeah, so that was our chapters that we read, and we shared mostly about Ruth and about her life and her story and what we learned from it. We'll share that with you guys. So I'm going to start sharing first. Today I shared about Ruth and her entire life. I shared about how everything in her life was just unshakable. From the beginning where she just followed Naomi, leaving her hometown and just like leaving her homeland, her home country, to follow Naomi to this place where she's never been before, where she probably won't be accepted, where she probably would have to be the lowest of the low and just leave everything she's ever known to follow this person. Like, that faith and that obedience was unshakable. That's what I shared, and I was just like, wow, that's really inspiring, because she went from being somebody probably pretty wealthy to being a person who goes into other people's fields gathering foods, gathering the leftovers of the rich people. That's how poor she was. And she just, even though she left so much behind, even though she had all the right reasons to be bitter, she still took care of her old mother-in-law, Naomi. And so that's something we can all learn from today from Ruth, that our faith and our obedience and our everything in our life should be unshakable, and rooted in God. Outfit change.
Okay, so in John, we see that the royal official who came to Jesus to ask for Jesus for help. Now, this was really surprising to me, because the royal official, who had probably a lot of power, he came to beg at a carpenter's feet. And that's just really amazing, because that's bringing yourself down really low. And this just tells me that we have to be like this royal official who is willing to set aside his pride and come at Jesus' feet and ask him for help when we need it.
Okay, so that was great that Tim shared about putting aside your pride. And my dad shared about the story of Ruth as well. He shared about how in the story of Ruth, it doesn't seem like there's a bad guy. But after thinking and looking at it a little bit, there is actually a bad guy. It's just not someone we're used to. The bad guy in the story is the brokenness of the world and the sinfulness of man. This, it's expressed because of the way Ruth had to go and glean the fields, and she had to go get that, and she had to bring it to her mother-in-law and feed her. And her husband died and her father-in-law died while she was in Moab, and it's the brokenness of this world is just oppressing her. But she's shown through, and she still stood, and she was unshakable in obedience and faithfulness to Naomi and to the Lord. Even though that this world is broken and unstable right now, we still gotta remember our faith in God and to be unshakable.
My mom shared something a little different on the same story. She shared about how Ruth and Naomi, they went under the wing of their Redeemer, which is Boaz in this case. This just connected with my mom with the proverb that we read today, that those who fear the Lord and do what he wants, they will be able to drink from the fountain of life and not fall into the snares of death. And this just shows how we must trust in our Redeemer, who is Jesus, so that he may help us and let us be able to drink from the fountain of life, and that we won't be able to die in hell, and that we'll be able to live forever with him.
So that was our sharings, and we encourage you guys to read the chapters that we read today and share about it in the comments below if you're feeling comfortable.
Okay, so let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for letting us be able to read your word. And thank you for giving us the story of Ruth and Naomi and the royal official. And please help us so that we may be able to trust in you, Lord, and that we may be able to fall under your wing, and that we may ask you for help when we know we need it. And thank you for this time where we get to do our daily devotion with you. Thank you. In Christ's name we pray.
Amen. So we hope you guys liked it, and don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Bye!
Oh, guys, I'm gonna make explosions now. You can't hear that, can you?
It's not a cat.